Humans created by AI are fast becoming indistinguishable from the real thing.
So all these people are fake people?
There's a certain body type, for sure.
With this technology offering seemingly limitless possibilities to come.
Hi, Iana. How are you today?
But this fake reality offers fundamental challenges around representation, diversity, and inclusion.
Why shouldn't I find, a dark-skinned black woman beautiful? Why shouldn't I have created Shudu?
People were just mad because they didn't come up with the idea.
Yeah, I really love them.
As this technology becomes more widely accessible, can us humans regain control of its horizons?
Do you think we're prepared for what's coming and what's already here?
Absolutely not.
CreateFakePerson.com, free online face generator. Images of people who don't exist are popping up all over the place. They're used in fashion, in marketing, and they're all over social media. For instance, I'm not actually even me. I'm an AI version of myself I made in about 20 minutes. That wasn't actually me. But this is. At least I think it is. It's getting very confusing. It's getting harder and harder to tell the fake people from the real ones, with the result that people are less and less believing of what their own eyes are telling them.
There are companies out there using this technology to do jobs that up till now have been done by real people. I'm in Barcelona to meet the team behind Iana Lopez, an AI influencer with over 250,000 followers on Instagram.
Hello, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, gracias.
Bien, sí.
How did you go about creating Iana?
O sea, primero tenemos un concepto y está en un mercado para la generación Z. Y viene a partir de la cultura que ahora se está viviendo, que es la parte oriental, la parte del cosplay, anime, gaming, fitness. Y a partir de aquí, y luego sacamos una imagen que es Aitana. And already Aitana has a pink phone that has all the photographs of her life.
When Aitana posts a photo, the mobile it's on fire.
Yes. En Instagram hemos de decir que Aitana, un 75% de su público es masculino.
I can't even begin to imagine the messages you must get.
Hemos recibido infinidad de proposiciones, infinidad de fotos obscenas, o sea, lo diré aquí, fotopollas.
It's sadly not a huge surprise to hear the team receive this sort of response.
Aitana es atrevida, es exuberante, entonces tenía sentido hacer este tipo de fotos, como dice él, pues en lencería, sugerentes, porque encajaba con su personalidad.
Ya es influencer y por tanto ella puede solventar todo este equipo con la parte de publicidad y no con la parte de contenido para adultos. We are creating models, but the difference that Aitana costs 100 or 200, 300 euros for a post and Kim Kardashian 1 million.
Is there a concern about the narrowing of beauty expectations?
Realmente también hemos de decir que la inteligencia artificial hace cosas como hyperpretties muchas veces, hace cosas muy bien acabadas, and it's difficult to create other kind of model. If you do a turtle, the turtle will be pretty, the best turtle in the world.
Victoria Jenkins is the founder of adaptable fashion brand Unhidden. She works to improve diversity within an industry that has always struggled to represent the vast spectrum of humanity.
Straight away, lingerie. Woo!
It's very sexualized, isn't it?
Super sexualized, isn't it? Is it maybe men that are interacting with AI and models more than it is women interacting with AI and models and what they want to see? Because this feels very male gaze. I'm not really seeing anything that would suggest to me a woman came up with that image. If you're not seeing a diverse range of bodies and you don't see yourself represented, you're going to fight your whole life to look like these airbrushed and completely computer-generated ideas of beauty. And who's saying that that is beautiful? Like who, right at the core of it, who is choosing what is beautiful? Is it an AI machine or is it us interacting with it and we're therefore self-fulfilling this sort of projection of what a beauty standard is?
There are, of course, examples of AI models that are more diverse, but a lot of the time, the people who are making money from them are not as diverse as the images they present.
I do think it is going to take us backwards. I think it's going to halt sort of the progress that we were having. I think it's a huge problem because it just becomes a box tick rather than meaningful inclusion. It's not really changing anything. I don't know, it's going to be really interesting to see what it does and who can regulate it and how, and what responsibility AI has to itself.
But what do real human people make of all this?
One thing's for sure, fake faces are popping up all over the place. I've come to central London to find out if anyone can tell the difference, and if it matters anyway. Are they human?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look like AI.
And what about if I told you that they were both AI, but the one on the right is based on an actual human, whereas the one on the left is completely made up?
Damn.
Are you comfortable that every time you see an AI image, you're being told this is an AI image?
I'd prefer it.
But is it happening?
No. There has obviously been a huge push to have real people with real faces and real bodies, and I think going to AI kind of goes against that.
Does it worry you the way that all these AI images are popping up more and more?
I think it depends who's controlling the AI. I don't think it's great if like a white person has like made this and it's essentially just like profiting off like the aesthetic of like a black woman.
I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
I'm in the Weymouth studio of Cameron James Wilson, a visual artist who was widely criticised for creating the world's first digital supermodel, Shudu, she's the one on the left, back in 2017.
I'm a pioneer. That's what I see myself as, you know, and it was never easy for any pioneer. You know, the path isn't clear. You've kind of got to battle your way through, and you tend to get a lot of flack, you know, because you are at the forefront.
At the time, that these criticisms were of, you know, digital blackface and a kind of a form of racism.
It was difficult being labelled a minstrel by the New Yorker, you know, those kinds of things. They're big words, you know, and they have a lot of weight behind them. How do I turn this into a positive? How do I learn from this? How do I make sure that Shudu is giving back to her community? So we've brought people on board. We have a writer called Amma Badu. She writes for Shudu and helps create kind of her personality and some of the captions for her posts. And we work with real life models and pay them and credit them so that everybody is kind of represented.
Shudu is in the building, and by that I mean Alex, the model, has arrived for a photo shoot.
I think people just see Shudu and they're like, oh, it's because it's a white man that's creating it. They just want to jump on a bandwagon and think, oh, he's doing whatever he's doing to benefit him. And it's really not like that.
It's creating standards of beauty that aren't just unachievable, they're completely unreal.
I am all for the creativity of an AI, but I do feel like some aspects of some things need to be monitored and need to be regulated.
Characters like Shudu can actually be more authentic than some of the real influencers out there, because we're thinking, wow, she looks absolutely gorgeous, or wow, that location looks amazing, but it's been filtered, it's been photoshopped, it's, you know, professional makeup, hair, styling. All of these things have gone in to create that picture. So I see that as much more dangerous than Shudu, who is, you know, authentically and transparently saying, I'm not real, don't try to imitate this, you know. That is pretty, it looks nice. Looks really nice, I love it.
In an effort to address diversity issues, Cameron worked with Down Syndrome International to create Camy, a virtual influencer who has since been exhibited in Paris.
Everybody's sticking to the same stereotypical bodies that have always been popular. I find that a really big shame, especially when we see 3D fashion as supposed to be the future of fashion. Whether it be in the metaverse or gaming or anything like that, there are no options to create characters with Down syndrome or to give them features often associated with Down syndrome. And that kind of messaging is really, really negative. They cannot see themselves represented in these spaces.
Do you think that diversity can be better in the AI world than in the traditional modelling industry?
We worked with over 100 different women with Down syndrome in order to create Camy's character and her face and her features. I didn't want it to be my impression of what that looked like, because that would be riddled with all kinds of stereotypes and beauty biases. And then that community was also involved with some of her photo shoots and designing some of her outfits.
it's hard not to see the creation of Camy as Cameron's shot at redemption. Back in Barcelona, Aitana's team offer me a taste of what's to come, and a glimpse at how exponentially fast the future is arriving.
Now you are the first person to talk
Okay.
with Aitana.
Well, I'm honoured. Aitana, please can you describe to me your personality? It's an easy question, she should be able to answer.
Sure, I can do that. My personality is like a vibrant mix of colors, just like my pink hair. I'm bold, confident, and always up for a good time. What else do you want to know?
Are you a positive representation of femininity?
Of course, honey. I embrace my femininity and empower others to do the same.
Do you think that AI is going to take over the modelling industry?
Who else is gonna bring this and stand like me? AI can't handle this level of fabulousness.
Proponents of AI point to its potential to revolutionise and redefine the breadth of human experience. But it is currently doing a better job of reflecting the real world's biases than it is of challenging them. And as tech companies scramble to address these issues, can true diversity ever be just an algorithm tweak away?